What's up out there? We are back with some more Ancient Relic mode, and it has been, I think, about right at a week since the last video that I put out. So what have I been working on for the last week that could take so long? Well, astrology, basically. So I think in the last video, it's in my notes that I got the skilling suit. I did get the final pieces of the township skilling suit, so I cleared up a whole bunch of inventory space and consolidated all those parts down into these four basic pieces, which means now as a combined set, I get 2% non-combat skill XP, and with all four pieces, I'm sorry, you get 2% each, so that's 8% skill XP and 8% global mastery XP for having these equipped. So that means every skill in the game, I get another 8% skilling XP and 8% mastery XP. I wanted to get that done before we go forward because that's going to make things so much easier going into Throne of the Herald. It helped this grind out a little bit. So basically, once I got that done, the first thing I did was sat down and started working on astrology. And I've got this mod that shows off the constellations that I have completed, which is basically everything except for the fishing and fire making one and the wood cutting and farming one. Everything else is done because all the rest of these have some kind of combat component or something that I want to use. Like summoning, I think I had summoning done originally. I think I had the agility and thieving one done. So I just had to finish off the rest of them, like the one Tellus for Slayer and stuff like that, like in defense. So I had to finish some of these off. I went ahead and finished the Nissa one off for cartography and archaeology. I got the last thing done on, I think it was Vale. I was working on either Vale or Terra earlier today. And then I was like, I don't feel like deciding what to do. So I just let it run on this and finished this off right when I got the video, or right when I sat down to record this video. So basically everything except for wood cutting, farming, which I probably should get farming done, and then fishing we can't do anything with, and fire making we can't do anything with. Everything else is doubled, what that means, I have plus 16% attack skill XP, which is not important right now, but I also have plus 16% accuracy rating. That's accuracy across everything. So not only do you get, we get hidden, plus 10 hidden attack level. These are already duplicated, so it's already showing the duplication of it. But we get 10% of max hit added to minimum hit, so that raised the damage up a little bit. We get a ton of bonuses in here. There's another 16% accuracy. So if I look at all the modifiers that are on here, we are getting a ton of modifiers on here. Let's see, 10% of max hit to minimum hit, which we already looked at, plus 80% accuracy. That's a lot of accuracy percentage. If it works out, that's a lot of accuracy percentage on there. 10% lifesteal. Of course, we got 10% ranged and magic damage bonus from equipment. We've got 10% chance to receive random elements, 10% gold from agility, 100 stealth while thieving, plus 10% reflect damage, 10% damage to Slayer area monsters. Like the list just keeps going on. Minus 10% dig site map refinement cost, which I think we don't have any cost anymore. And then minus 10% cartography survey interval. So that just speeds some of that stuff up. All kinds of 16% XP bonuses going on in here. We've got 10 hidden attack, strength, ranged, magic, defense levels. And then interval reduction, 10% interval reduction on many of these skills, like smithing and cooking, and whenever we get cooking, thieving, agility, crafting, herb lore, summoning, and we get 10% chance to gain one additional resource in fletching and crafting both. So there's a ton of resources, or a ton of bonuses on here. And a lot of these bonuses would be half of what they are if I hadn't gone through this. So it was a long week of just checking this and watching paint dry. But between the skilling suit and this, we are definitely at the end game portion of the base game and ready to push forward into the rest of it. So I started thinking about what we were going to do for Impending Darkness. I need to do Impending Darkness. That's the next thing to do. I don't think I want to grind out any of these other dungeons for pets or anything. I mean, we could certainly try to grind out the Underwater City or the Cult Grounds or some of these other ones that I don't have pets on, because I don't have pets for everything. But I'm kind of ready to just move on and get to the next dungeon and get that done. What that's going to entail is making sure that all of the gear that I have is basically ready to go. And I would probably be looking at running this setup for melee, although I would have these things on here. I would probably be looking at basically this setup for magic with these things equipped, the Hinder Scrolls equipped, Burning Gem. So the interesting thing is we're going to have some unique things that we didn't have before. Like I'm going to have access to this Agile Gem, which is going to speed things up. And we now have the Terran Godsword. I should probably go ahead and finish grinding out the Ultima Godsword. That should be on my list of stuff to do. I'm close. I need some more Glacier Swords and Ragnar Swords, so it's a couple of days of getting that. But that thing is massive damage, and it's got 8% damage reduction, so I wouldn't have to worry about... I would either grind out a sword in the Dark Waters or grind that thing out of the God dungeons. I think I kind of want to do that just to have that sword, although this sword's not bad. This one has this Crushing Blow, which has unavoidable hit, and this thing goes off 15% of the time. So I may stick with this. I'm not quite sure what I want to do, but the Ultimate God Sword would be a good thing to go after. I've got a ton of Minotaur tablets and Dragon tablets. I got those last time. I think I've got... As far as tablets go, I've got enough of the Witch. I've got enough of the Dragon. I could split those up. I could make some more Centaur ones, have a few more. But I think as far as tablets go, I'm pretty well set for those too. So, like, I could be really ready to run this very quickly. We do have the Cloudburst Staff. That dropped out of one of the dungeons. I don't remember if I showed that in the last video or not, but I've been running that thing. I would probably stick with maybe the magic that I'm going here, because this does a little bit extra damage with this thing. Plus 400 maximum water spell damage. So you're going from 1363 if I was to switch over to, say, what's one of these, like Slicing Winds, that's 175. So you're losing a lot of damage. Even yeah, that's losing a ton of damage. So I'd probably stick with the Water Surge just because this thing gives so much extra damage. Now, I don't know if we have enough damage reduction to go through this process with this. Like, do I need to get a wand or something? I'm not sure. May have to do some testing on that dungeon just to see how it goes and try it out. I don't have the Fury of the Elemental Zodiac, so that would give a little bit more damage reduction on here. And I get no damage reduction for having this two-handed staff on here, so that's kind of crappy on this one. But we do have access to all the prayers. I got plenty of prayer points. I don't have to worry about that. I should have plenty of bolts. I think I've even got some, I've got a few diamond bolts, but I've got a ton of, we do have the leeching bolts. Those don't do as much damage though. And we do have some jade stones I can use. So those actually do more damage than what I've got. I think even more than the diamond. So I think as far as like quantity of stuff, I could probably switch over to the poison crossbow. It does a little less damage, but it has a chance to inflict a lot of poison and drain damage down, especially if we use like the poison arrows or something like that. I don't know. I got a ton of poison bolts, I should say. Got a ton of poison bolts, and you get range strength bonus from using that. So like it may work out better. But as far as like gathering gear and stuff like that, I think I'm pretty set. We got plenty of food. We've got diamond luck potions over here. I would probably need to retool the agility a little bit here. I've definitely got the Pillar of Combat. I think most of the obstacles I've already picked are ready for that. Maybe this one needs to change here. Damage to Slayer area monsters, yes, 1%. Yeah, see, I probably want to take Wrath Building here to get the extra damage reduction and damage to all monsters and hit points and stuff like that. That would probably be the better one. I need to come up with Swordfish, though. So, I mean, a little bit of agility I need to work on. But I think we're pretty much ready to go. So I basically need to figure out when I can block out a couple hours of time and sit down with that video. Now, I don't know how long Impending Darkness is going to take. So it used to go about 2 hours to run the entire thing, and I'm not going to make a 2-hour video. What I will probably do is maybe start of each one, because you take a debuff at the very beginning of each phase. There's like 5 phases. And then you fight I think it's 5 phases, but there's a lot of different phases to it. You fight the boss multiple times, and you have to take a debuff every time you start. So I may show the debuffs that I have, and then the boss. I don't know. I have to get to that point, but we are right there at the time to do that. I definitely want to get. I definitely want to get Hunter's Rings stored up. I think I need that for the area mitigation. I think I need that. I need 99 Slayer, which that's what I'm going to work on now that the other stuff's done. I don't have very far to go, and we're getting some XP bonuses off of this, so it should go. I should be done with this tonight. Get that done. Although, now that I think about it, am I able to upgrade my Slayer gear? I may want to do that. Yeah, see, I may have to run these Slayer tasks to get this unlocked. So I may want to do that because that would upgrade my gear to the Master Gear. I'm pretty sure I can run those here and get that done. I think that's it. I think that's the red suit, and then the other two are in Throne of the Herald. But I think I want to get that done. So I might need to upgrade my Slayer gear, get the agility obstacle switched over. So I may still have like another week or two of work to get to that point. I assume we could run it now, but I don't know, because we do get some mitigation stuff here and there along the way. That's why I want to get the Hunter's Rings. That's why I want to get the Slayer to 99, so I don't have to worry about having boots and stuff on to switch the Slayer areas. With the relic that we get from Slayer, you get this bypass all Slayer area item requirements. One of the things that slows you down in Impending Darkness is having to put the Slayer skill cape on instead of the normal Ancient Infernal cape, or you have to put on the different boots and stuff and swap everything out to go into the different areas. So if we don't have to worry about any of that, I can leave this on. So that's another 5% damage reduction on top of everything. So it should be pretty good. I'm really interested to see how this is going to go. I just don't know how much time I want to spend fiddling around with gear. I'd like to try out all the crystallization gear and stuff like that, but I don't know that I want to spend that much time on it to get into it. It's kind of not really worth it, I don't think. Whereas I could spend all my time working on Slayer tasks, get these done, like knock these Master Slayer tasks out, get that upgrade in place. I think I got plenty of Slayer coin to do it. And if not, I should by the time this is done. Then I can get all these pieces upgraded. Actually, I would need to buy another helmet in here. I'm trying to remember how I normally run Impending Darkness. I think I put another helmet in here. I normally run the Slayer cape and then the Hunter's Ring down here. So if I don't have to worry about the Slayer's cape, and I can socket in one of these for area reduction, if I don't need that much area reduction, then I could probably socket in something else here, like this thing, the Deadeye Amulet or something like that. Something really cool that does more damage or whatever. And then there's other things like, do I want to go and get all of the, do I want to grind out all the stuff from the Unhallowed stuff, the essences and worm spikes and all this stuff, upgrade the rings and all that. Like there's a lot of grind that could happen. I don't know if I need to do it. And I know you're probably going to tell me I don't need to bother with it. It's just fine the way it is. I kind of want to try. I'm torn. Do I want to go with Impending Darkness is least viable, like minimum viable, the easiest way into it? Or do I want to actually try for it and see how far down how easy I can make it? You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's kind of what I'd be wrangling with here, because I'll set that over there because that's what I need to work on. But anyway, that is what we've got going on for this week. And I'm going to be finishing this stuff off here, and then we'll be back here, should be in a few days, with another update. This one should have some updates here fairly quickly now. That astrology grind is horribly boring. It takes forever to get the masteries done. But on the flip side, I have nearly 98 mastery, level 98 mastery on all of these. So when we get through Impending Darkness, I'll be able to take this to 120 very quickly, and it'll just be basically spending everything on all of the expansion stuff. So that'll go super fast, I think. The leveling may not, but the actual, got to get the Stardust built up too. But man, that'll go so much better because I don't have to worry about all the mastery of it. The mastery is basically done, and the mastery will finish as I level it up. So then I don't have to worry about that grind. It's just gathering Stardust. So anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.